Well, I ended up making 2 page ones because I misread the prompt. I thought it said sparkle, so I made that. And then after reading it again, I saw spark. Yeah, I couldn't decide which one I liked better, so I included both of them. And I do have garden hands, and I always say that because my fingernails look horrid because I like to dig in the dirt in my garden, and I always forget to wear gloves. So that's a little bit about me. What kind of fantastic things are you growing in your garden? I'll tell you one thing I'm growing. Well, I'm growing lots of things, and I'll be talking while I'm deciding what to put down on my pages too. So I hope you don't mind that style, because that's my style. I just end up talking and about whatever comes into my head. So as I look through my digitals and decide what I want, I remember I just said, what was I growing in my garden? Oh, strawberries, a pear tree. I've got tomatoes. I grew a lot of things from seeds, parsley, all kinds of flowers. I'm just having a ball out there, getting my hands in the soil, and I love it. Even though they don't look fantastic on YouTube when you're doing a video. But if you'll kindly forgive that part and just watch what we're doing here, and back to the video. I'm using washi tape here. This is such a pretty washi tape, and I'm trying to tip in my postcard, and so it's, you'll be able to see it on the right side, and you can write on the other side too. Well, I'll be able to, should I ever want to do that. I don't always write in my journals, I'll be honest. I make them and I write in some of them, and then I just lose focus and I don't end up writing. I'm working on the postcard, and I'm using these digitals that Meg had in her Instagram from Get Messy Art, and they were free digitals, and the pink is my favorite color, so it wasn't a hard decision for me to try to incorporate this into the project. I'm working it, and I'm trying to decide, which side I'm going to put it on. Am I going to use it in the postcard side, or am I going to do it on the page one, the Spark page one? So, when we work on our journals, that's what we do. We just trial. And the prompts for me, sometimes, they're good, and then sometimes I feel a little boxed in and I don't know what to do. So there was a page that was included with the prompts that got you thinking outside of the box, and I liked that. That did help me be more focused, because sometimes I can just be, as you can hear, all over the place with my creativeness, and then I find like it messes with it, and then I don't even feel creative anymore because I am too much all over the place. So with this, I decided to use it on page one, and I want this orange to help pick up the colors in the postcard. As usual, I am technically challenged and am not always in frame. I like that fold that I did up there. It ends up being the tuck secret spot that I was trying to explain earlier. I don't know, looks like I just put lipstick on it, but maybe when I'm all done it'll look good. And I'm gonna make this be have this hinge on it. I like that little hinge look because then you can write something underneath. All right, now let's see. Tonight is a good glue night. Let's see if this will work. Oh, it's going to cover up my pocket. Well, not if I just glue down here. Oh, it is a good glue night. Look at this. Look at this. This never happens with me and the glue. The glue bottle always defeats me. The glue does not want to come out of the bottle. Okay. I just realized as I'm editing this video that I am still having in my head that the word is sparkle and not spark. So I guess that's how it's going to have to be. Sparkle. I end up with this little sparkly bead on here. It's going to stay. Kind of reminds me of one of those like 70s curtains, beaded curtains, which I always wanted but never had. I'm just gonna put a little bit here just to kind of put it here and there. I'm going to just tuck this little House of Books card in there, and then I'm going to call this done, and we're going to move on to the next page. Page 3, which is fold, and page 4 is labels. So when my son Michael was younger, when he was a baby, he used to bite. You put your feet up on the coffee table when he was like 8 months old, he would bite your toes. So we started calling him Georgie Piranha because we used to make a song, and then Grandma used to sing the Georgie Porgy Puddin' Pie Kiss the Girls and Made Them Cry song to him. So I thought that was funny that he had that label when he was younger. And it's funny how you start off with kids, you give them like little nicknames and hopefully they outgrow them. And it was funny because it wasn't like that with my husband's generation. His name is John and they called him Jack. And he always was called Jack, even though he was named after his grandfather, who was John. Did not like nicknames or labels like that. So I didn't mind the little Georgie thing because, you know, Georgie has nothing to do with Michael. And I did not want him to be called Mike. So I tried my hardest. And of course, kids would call him that. And he didn't correct them. So some of them still call him that. But I used to correct them. I used to say, who? When they'd say Mike. And I'd say, who? We don't have a Mike in our house. And it was funny because he would look at me like, Mom, don't embarrass me. But he's such a good-hearted kid that he didn't really get upset with me. He was just kind of look at me like, Mom, don't embarrass me. I told him to call me Mike. Michael told him. And So labels are funny. As long as they're good ones, it's okay, I guess. But when you're a new mother, well, I wasn't a new mother, he was my 6th child, but I had my idea of what I wanted, and I didn't want anybody messing with it. And then I'll take this and I'll come down here and do this. So I'm going to put a little 4 down here. And I don't know if I have, now is the time when I like the way that it looks and I want to add something, like how Meg always adds stuff and then it looks really put together when she does it. And when I do it, I feel like I just ruined it. But I'm going to try something. I envisioned it being a little darker. I'm going to leave it as it is. And wondering if I need to put some like paint right there. It seems like when I'm finishing a page or it's almost finished, that I want to put a little paint on it. It's almost like putting a little frosting on the cupcake, and I feel like it seals it and it kind of nails down the piece. What's the word? It's not piece, it's something else I can't think. But that's what I seem to do, and I feel like it helps the whole page to come together. So I wanted to explain my interpretation for page number 3. It's basically, I was thinking of folding my hair back, and my hair gets a little crazy, and so I drew a picture with crazy hair, and that was my interpretation of fold. And I'm just giving it a little flip through of my pages, the spark page and the postcard page, and then you have my crazy hair page, fold, and then you have another review. I love my stamps, and this, I think I'm happy with page 4. Now I'm getting ready for page 5 and 6, and I'll see you in the next one.